Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 16 of the How Not to Die challenge. So I am, after reviewing like the past couple weeks, I am fairly confident that I need to change the bar a little bit as far as my goal. I guess can't be 100% because I never get over like 85% in a day. And I eat plenty of food. So I just don't think that there's any way for me to actually get to that 100%. But that's okay. I am going to try today to get more grains in. In fact, I've got a really easy recipe for you guys to get more grains in today, because that's something that I miss all the time, which isn't, I mean, it's not that hard to get in, like some grains. I just tend not to. I tend to be really good about the beans, not so much about the grains. But anyways, this is just something I'm making up, but it's totally easy to do. And you guys can change this a little bit to make it work for you, but I'm going to make, I'm just going to call them, I don't know, baked oatmeal bites. That sounds reasonable, right? That sounds good. That's a breakfast thing. So baked oatmeal bites, we'll call it that. So first things first, you need, this will take care of all three of your grains for the day. So if you don't, you can obviously adjust this depending on if you plan on having like some rice later today or something like that. Or if you, whatever. You guys can adjust that how you need to. But in order to get, oh, I'm making muffins for my kids. It's gonna beep in just a second. Anyways, in order for you to get 3 servings of grains, you need 3/4 of a cup of raw oats. So I am putting 3/4 of a cup of oats in a big bowl. It doesn't need to be this big, guys. Like seriously, it could be like a cute little bowl. You don't need this big a bowl. It just happened to be what I had out on the drying rack, so that's what I'm using. So that goes in there. You also want to put in here 1 tablespoon of ground flax. If you don't have, like we grind flax and put it in the freezer, so that my husband can just grab out a tablespoon of it and put it on his peanut butter in the morning to mix in with his turmeric and black pepper, flax, peanut butter, and he dunks an apple in it. So anyways, if you don't have it already ground, then you'll want to put the seeds in with the banana. So don't put if you have the seeds still, don't put it in the oats. If you have whole seeds, put it in with the banana. But if you've already got it ground, then put it in with your oats. So 1 tablespoon into your oats. Let me go get that and I'll be right back. Okay, so the next ingredient is cinnamon. If you don't like cinnamon, leave this out. I love cinnamon. I'm using a teaspoon. That might be too much for some people. I personally don't think it's too much for me, so that's what I'm putting in there. We'll see how that works out. And then also going to put in 1/4 of a cup of raisins. So I've got a 1/4 cup measure in here. That equals 1 fruit because it's dried. So 1/4 cup raisins. All right. So got that in the bottom of your bowl. You want to just grab a fork and mix that really well. I don't know, I suppose you could use a spoon. I would just tend to use a fork. But anyway, so mix that up really well. I am going to be getting my turmeric in what I'm eating today. I have leftover of the garlic sesame pasta, chickpea pasta. So I'm going to be eating that. So I'm gonna have turmeric. So I've already got that taken care of for the day. You could definitely put turmeric in here. You wouldn't even notice it was there. So 1/4 teaspoon in that, you wouldn't notice it was there. Okay, so next you want to, I didn't get my banana. So you wanna grab a really big banana, or 2 really small ones, whatever. Just a good sized banana. Peel that and put that in your blender, however you would choose to blend things, along with 1/3 of a cup of water. I'm pretty sure 1/3 of a cup will work. I don't think you need more than that, and maybe you need a little bit less than that. I'm not 100% sure, but we're gonna go with 1/3 of a cup because I think that's gonna be fine. So here's one thing. I know for me that having the raisins in these oatmeal bites will be perfect for sweetness. They might not be for everybody. So seeing as I'm not putting a date in here, I'm not putting date sugar in here, I'm not putting date syrup in here. This is it, it's just the fruit. Before you mix that up, if you decide that you want to if you are the type of person that you want something sweeter, you want every single bite that you have to be sweet, then take some of those raisins back out and put them in with your banana so that they get blended up so that it goes all the way throughout the oatmeal. So every single bite that you have a little bit of that sweetness from the raisins. If you don't need every single bite to be super, super, super sweet, then just leave it like this with your raisins whole. But it would not hurt anything at all if you took some of the raisins and put it in here. The other thing would be, if you wanted to, at this point, I would say you could, depending upon what you're eating for the day, if you wanted to get your nuts in, you could put some really small pieces of walnuts or pecans or almonds or whatever you like into here, and that would be fine to get your nuts in for the day. You could also put in here some berries, so you could put blueberries in here. The thing is, half a cup of blueberries is going to be an awful lot for this, so you might need to use like a quarter of a cup, because this doesn't make a ton. It doesn't really look it doesn't look voluminous by any means. And it's not going to rise, because it's not, it's not going to rise. However, I would totally suggest that you don't use frozen blueberries. You would probably want to use wild blueberries, or the smallest blueberries that you could find that were whole and not frozen, because you don't want to make this super gooey, because that's not your goal. So I'm going to blend the banana, and I'm going to mix that into, and you could use milk if you wanted to here. I just didn't think I needed the extra calories or fat from the soy milk, but you could use almond milk if you wanted, or you could use regular milk. Not regular milk, but regular soy milk. Not cow pus. Don't use that. But anyways, so you could use whatever you wanted to make the bananas into liquidy form. So once you do that, mix this in, and then honestly, I'm going to let it sit for like 10 minutes. And the thing about oats is that they obviously absorb water. I have a feeling that when I mix this together, it's going to be fairly, not soupy, but it's going to be pretty, not soupy, but not firm at all. And I want to make these into bites. So I'm going to mix this together. I'm going to let it sit in the bowl. I'm going to mix it really well. I'm going to let it sit in the bowl for 10 minutes. So that's part of the reason that this would take probably about 30 minutes to make. So I'm going to go do that. And then as soon as that's good and going, I will be back with you guys to show you how I'm going to put it on a cookie sheet. All right, guys, so when I mixed this together, it was very sloppy like I thought it would be. But now I've had it sitting for like 10 minutes. That's just what I want. That is exactly what you want it to do. If yours is still a little bit sloppy, if maybe your banana was a little bit bigger, or you had a little more than a third of a cup of water, let it sit till it gets to that consistency, because you want it to be able to drop. I have like 3 different ice cream scoops, and this one is obviously that size. It's not one of the big ones. Like, I use my big one all the time. Anytime I make a muffin, that's what I use. And it's perfect. You level it out, you put in your little cup, and it makes a perfect size muffin. So this is definitely the next size down, and then I've got a little bitty one. But this is the size that I want to make for an oatmeal bite. So I'm going to scoop this out, essentially like that, and go on a cookie sheet. So I'm actually going to put this on a Silpat mat. You could use parchment paper if you don't have one of those, but I would definitely put it on something that you're really confident it's going to come back off of, because I imagine these are going to stick. I don't know that for sure. We shall see, but they might stick. So we're going to do this, and I think that this will need 15 minutes. Yeah, I can't imagine it needing less time than that, and it probably doesn't need longer than that. So let's go with 15 minutes at 350 degrees, and let me put these on the cookie sheet real quick, and I'll show you before I stick them in the oven. All right, guys, here we go. Little drops. Ooh. Next set of boys, things are done. Actually, I just need to turn them around. But anyway, so I'm gonna go put this in the oven, 350 degrees, 15 minutes, and then I will let you know whether or not that was enough time, but I'm pretty sure that'll be okay. So I'm gonna go take these into the oven, and I will be back with you guys in a little bit with some cooked food. All right, guys, so these turned out really well. Aren't they cute? They did require a little bit of persuasion to come off of my Silpat mat, which is kind of unusual, but that's okay. I just took this little scraper and went right underneath it, came right off, no problem. But yeah, that's what they look like. I mean, it doesn't really matter what they look like, it matters what they taste like, so let's try one. That's really good. This is really good. Yum. So this makes like, you can see on the inside. This makes like 10. So if you ate this, all of these, which no big deal if you did, 3 grains, 2 fruits, flax, put your nuts in there if you need them for the day, put your turmeric in there if you need it for the day, and you have all sorts of check marks off with just a few little bites, oatmeal breakfast bites. So yeah, these are good. All right, guys, make these for breakfast or for a snack. They're really yummy. I gotta go. I'm gonna be late for work if I don't leave soon. So it's not necessarily true. I won't be late, but I need to go. So anyway, you guys will enjoy these. Give these a try. And I'm gonna go get ready for work, so I'll talk to you later. Alright guys, so this is not a normal place for me to chat with you from. However, my day has been quite eventful. So this morning I had my oats with my little oat bites, and that was very, very good. And then at work I had I had a whole bunch of beans in my bean pasta with veggies and had cruciferous in it. It was very, very good as well. And then I had some carrots with some peanut butter, and that was awesome. And yeah, that's it. So a friend of mine having a family emergency, so I've got one of her kiddos, and she's a sweetie, and yeah, she not a lot of structure in her house, and I've got a lot of structure in my house, and the two just don't mesh very well together, and so had a lot of tears, and I want to go home. And yes, I understand. The last time was, but I want my mommy to get me and I want to go home. It's like, I understand, but your mom's not at home, so she can't get you because she can't go home, because you can't go home if your mom's not at home. But she's doing fine. My oldest and she are watching a movie in the dark downstairs, just relaxing a little bit before bedtime. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure how bedtime's going to work out, but I'm exhausted. Like, I've been up since 1:17 this morning, so... Oh, there's a mosquito in my bedroom. Ugh, that's not good. Anyway, so I'm super tired, so I really would like to go to bed. So as soon as the kids are in bed, and I think that they might stay that way, maybe. Well, at least my kids will stay in bed. I know that for sure. But anyways. So, hopefully tomorrow will be a less eventful day. And, yeah, I don't ever mind helping out. Makes me feel bad when there's a little one that's sad and I really can't do anything to make it any better. Because I'm sorry, that's just the way things are. But anyways, so I will talk to you guys again tomorrow, and I hope you had a fabulous day, and hopefully tomorrow will be just smooth sailing. Bye guys. Yeah, so I'm not quite done for my night. I'm actually going to sit and ride the exercise bike while the kids are watching a movie for a little while. So I'm going to actually get my exercise in today, which I hadn't actually planned on, but I kind of feel like it. So I'm going to go do that and read a book and exercise so I get one more check mark on my day, which is great because I might actually have done really well today, to be honest with you, because I got flax, I got nuts, I got grains, I got beans, I got cruciferous, I got one serving of greens, I got a bunch of vegetables. I might do really well today, so I'm going to go get some exercise too. Okay, so now I'll see you guys later.